But then that's why I'm saying that's what, if someone's into dominatrix and they want their balls stepped on in heels, why can't that guy go do that? I know you would.
For free.
Why can't they go do that once a month? Like my ex, we kind of had agreement. It was about once a month. He would go get like treated, like get blowjobs at
over
spa,
time. Don't you think
massage.
that affects you?
Honestly, it could, but it didn't affect me. I still am open to that kind of relationship because I think that sexuality is fluid and I think it changes and morphs over time. And I think that a good relationship is based on a lot of communication and allowing your partner and you to get what you need. But a lot of females don't need the same. You know, we need attention. We need back rubs. We need like, let's take us to a cute dinner or a horseback ride or something. Like
nature.
That would be, anything in nature. That's how I get jerked off, you know? That would be my
Have you ever gotten jerked off in nature?
I've jerked other people off in nature.
Okay.
This got weird.
Did you get dirty?
Of course I did.
Welcome to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, the #1 sugar dating podcast in the world, where we pull back the curtains on the good, the bad, and the shocking stories of sugar dating. So this episode is going to be a lot of fun. I actually wasn't planning on doing one this week. It's a holiday week. Of course, this is going to come out closer to Christmas, but I had these two girls, these two bombshell blondes, who moved to Arizona from a different state, let's just say a snowy northern state. They started asking questions, and actually what happened is they met our co-host Kimmy and Lily. I don't know if they're good influences or bad influences, but welcome to the show, Vivian and Mia.
Hi.
That's
Thanks for having
Vivian.
us.
That's Mia.
Absolutely, thank you.
What did I tell you about talking into the microphone?
Sorry. Sorry, Daddy.
Oh, you know, my first episode was called Don't Call Me Daddy. So
She's breaking all the rules, it sounds like.
yeah, she's a rule breaker.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so to get a little bit of background on Vivian, see, the nice thing about Vivian is, and I'll let you get into your story, you don't need this.
Right.
You jumped on the site for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You have your own money.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you give us a little bit of background of kind of your marriage and now why you're single and kind of what you're looking for and why you decided to make this jump.
Oh gosh, that's a difficult one to start with. Thank you for that. So I've been in long-term relationships for most of my life. 1 to 2 marriages. Second was a soft marriage.
Yeah,
Okay,
we call
so
that a soft marriage.
so you're now 33.
33.
Okay, so when
don't
you
look
say
it.
no, you look fantastic. When you're saying most of your life's from like 17, 18, 16,
Yes,
how
my
old were you?
first high school boyfriend who I lost my virginity to at 15, I ended up marrying him and I joined his very strict religion from 15 to 25. And then at 25, within 6 months, the next person I was with until earlier this year, I was in a relationship with. So it's basically most of my life I've been in long-term relationships.
So you really haven't dated around much.
Correct.
So this is an exciting new era for you.
It is. And
How was that relationship back when you were 15 to 25?
I mean, it was immature. It was the first love, but not really love. It was just first whoops that happened and just kind of went with it,
Was there a hard breakup? Like a lot of stress and anxiety? And
You could say that. I mean, it was difficult to leave. They were very religious, so it was very difficult to leave the church.
so you felt like you were trying to break free from a cult-like church?
Yes. I mean, it's defined actually as a cult. The church in
Yeah.
particular is technically a cult, yes.
Mhm.
What kind of things did they make you do?
We couldn't wear pants. We couldn't wear makeup. We couldn't wear jewelry. I couldn't cut my hair. They really frowned upon me going to school. I've always been more financially stable than my partners typically and more ambitious and driven, where I had the money, I had the house and whatnot, where they moved in with me. So that caused a huge strain on our relationship as well.
You weren't able to wear pants?
No.
How could you kick those legs up? When was the first time you were able to wear pants?
The first time I was able to wear pants was when I was about 25.
Really?
Yeah. I started drinking for the first time. I had no alcohol at my first wedding, no dancing at my first wedding. It was very, very strict.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the second one.
So
that's
you
the
guys didn't have any children?
No children. No, thank you.
Okay. Was that by choice?
By choice. By choice. I'm not interested in having children.
Okay. But I'm sure children was a big part of the religion.
It was a big part. Children, women staying at home, not working. That was a big focus. And I was kind of the opposite. So
You just had this thing in the back of your mind just wanting to get free.
yes.
Or in your soul just kind of felt like you didn't belong.
Yes, definitely. I think I would honestly say that I really tried for a few years, gave it my absolute all to be like the most perfect, well-rounded, wife in this situation, but it just didn't work out that way.
Okay.
Just it didn't work out.
So then you guys got officially divorced.
Yes.
You filed for papers, went through the legal proceedings. 6 months later, you meet Mr. Right.
Yes.
Where did you meet him?
Mr. Left? I don't know.
At work.
So it was a workplace romance.
It was. And we kept it hidden for a minute until it got very serious. But within 6 months, he moved into my house.
Wow. All right. So after you left your first husband, you weren't working at that time, were you?
I was.
Oh, you were? Yeah,
Yes.
like a regular type job?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I do sales, event management, coordination, project management style positions.
So
Lots with commission and sales too.
Okay. So then you met this other gentleman at work. He moved into your house 6 months later. And then when did you get married?
Earlier this year, February of this year.
So you were with him for many years.
Yes.
But you never really tied the knot.
Correct.
And then when you did, that was the end of it.
Yes. It ended very quickly after that.
I have a sibling who's been married 5 times. He follows that same pattern. For some reason, he'll have a girlfriend. They'll move in. They'll live together. They'll work together, whatever. And then when things start going south, they get married. And then that's the end of it.
It's a great way to secure a bag.
I guess he thinks that that's going to solve the problem, the internal problems of the relationship.
It did not. It
No.
did not solve the problems.
Unfortunately, it unfolded a new adventure.
Or fortunately,
Or fortunately.
because
why
now
would-
I'm here.
Yeah, why would you say unfortunately? I think this new adventure is actually the best thing for
Unfortunate for
Vivian.
him. Fortunate
yeah.
for her.
Okay, so how long did that relationship last?
I was 25 and I'm 33 now. So
Okay,
until earlier
so
this year in
8
February.
years?
8 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is a very recent breakup.
Yes.
And again, you went through the legal proceedings, got a divorce.
Well,
We call it a soft
we
marriage
call
for
it
a
soft
reason.
marriage because I didn't actually legally get married to him because he had some problems with addiction and alcohol and drugs and whatnot. So, and with finances as well. And because I'm so financially secure and ambitious, I knew that I kind of didn't trust him that element. So we did not legally get married. We did the ceremony reception in front of everyone, but
okay.
legally I did not.
So you had the
file
ceremony,
documentation.
but I got it.
Yeah, my first divorce was very expensive for me.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do that again.
Just
Right.
in case.
Just in case. And you know what? That worked out.
Was this a tough breakup?
This was a very tough breakup.
Yeah.
This is extremely difficult. This is more difficult than the first one by far.
Why?
I would say because I truly loved this man and I really tried to make it work to the best of my ability. And I thought it just wasn't. Plus, he's a narcissist. So,
Yeah, that's tough.
yeah.
All right, so you find yourself single, ready to mingle.
Yes, single in a different state, moved with one of my best friends.
Clean plate,
Hello.
just going to start over. Came down here with Mia. What's your plan of action now?
I don't necessarily know because as you know, I just joined Seeking. So first the background is Mia and I came down here. We haven't been here just over a week now to Arizona. And we came down here looking on Bumble, Hinge, the pattern, different, options. And then obviously I met Kimmy and Lily, right?
Kimmy and Lily, my co-host.
Yes, co-host. And they are fantastic women. And they really opened my eyes to Seeking and discussed it because we've been trying to have just an elegant or nice dinner here and there or go out or do a couple of cool things. And it's so difficult to do that on Bumble or Hinge or to get someone that's a little more mature or ambitious or financially stable like I am.
Both of you, right, are currently on the swiping sites.
Swiping.
Mia's not on Seeking.
Right.
Nope.
Just for disclosure, Vivian is.
Yes, I just
But
joined.
both of you guys you're single, Mia, also.
I am.
We'll get into your story here in a
Yes.
minute. But you guys are on the swiping apps. And now, Vivian, you're on Seeking. And I know Mia's been helping her
Yes.
screen the
It's been
profiles,
quite
go through the
overwhelming.
The
messages.
background.
So you literally just signed up 2 days ago?
3 days
3
ago.
days ago?
3 days ago. I signed up on Seeking.
Yeah. And it's been quite an adventure already. You haven't met anybody yet.
I have not. I actually have one of my first dates this evening scheduled. I have a few that have been reaching out for yesterday and to this evening. But we had such a good time yesterday. I kind of canceled on one of them. But one of my first
Uh-oh,
dates.
did he get mad?
He did not.
Oh, good. Have you been running into that issue?
Yes, I have.
So Mia's jumping the gun a little bit because I do want to get into
We
all
want to
this.
get into this for sure. It gets good. It gets interesting.
It gets really good. But Mia, I want to get your background
Yes.
and kind of get the audience caught up to where you're at. We know a little bit about Vivian now. So I don't really know that much about you, Mia.
So Mia grew up in a little small town and decided that it was time to venture out and fill her soul with lots of sunshine and things to do. So she hopped in her car and came down to the sunny state to take a job.
Okay. So you're working now in Arizona.
And I'm working now in Arizona.
Okay. Your love life goes?
My love life, I've been in 3 long-term relationships lasting about 2 to 4 years each. And I've never joined a dating app until 4 days ago.
Really? Okay. You're how old now?
27.
Okay. So you're 27. You've had about 3 relationships. Any really tough breakups?
The toughest one was about 2 years ago, and that's when I really looked back and started this healing journey and thought to myself, what could I do better or different to really expand my mind and my soul?
Okay.
And then this last one was pretty hard just on my heart more so, but it was a clean, very good breakup. We were best friends, and so we just went our separate ways.
And how did you guys meet?
We met on a golf course in Arizona.
Oh, you met here in Arizona?
Yeah, my last relationship.
How did that happen? You were just visiting?
We were visiting for a weekend in Scottsdale. We had a group of, I think, 8 with us, 8 or 10. I don't remember right now. And we ended up butting into like 6 carts, maybe 4 to 6 carts on a hole in the golf course. It was a group of guys, and we had a group of girls, but 2 guys with us. And the 2 guys from our group and their group decided to shotgun a beer on the golf course, and we became friends ever since.
Okay. But was he from your state?
No.
So this was a long distance relationship?
So yeah, he was from a different state, and then he ended up getting a job promotion and moving to another state nearby my state. So it ended up being a shorter distance.
How often would you see him?
Mostly like every 2 weeks. It's
Okay.
pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's about 5-6 hours.
Long distance things are tough.
Yeah, I never wanted to go into it.
Yeah. Just kinda happened.
I was so stubborn in high school, and I was like, I'm never going to do a long distance. Like, you guys that are going away for college and you guys staying home, good luck.
Right.
And then I found myself in that moment. And to me, I was like, oh, playing it off. It's never going to turn into anything. I don't want it to turn into anything. I know better. And then there we were.
All right. So I can see where both of you guys would hit on you quite a bit, and, it'd be pretty easy to find a date, I would think. So this is the first time you've kind of like, where do I start over? And you've joined the dating app.
Yes.
So like, what apps have you signed up for?
So Bumble and Hinge, it's technically still not my own. It's both of ours.
It's both of
actually.
ours. We did dual.
You're doing
We decided to do a duel.
Yeah, so it's all through.
We thought we'd have fun with it, maybe find double dates. We don't know.
Okay. Interesting. So now that you've had a few days to swipe right and swipe left and field messages from people on those apps, and now that Vivian, been on Seeking for 3 days, what are you finding the differences are?
Well, first off, it's quite overwhelming. I mean, it's, as you know, we're not bad to look at. So I found that it's quite overwhelming with the amount of messages that we've been receiving and the amount of people. I mean, between Hinge and Bumble, some of them can be borderline rude, impatient. But I've also noticed that in Seeking as well, which I was to be honest, I was extremely surprised about, because I was expecting Seeking to be a little bit more mature, put together men that have money and class, but some of them are not.
So when you say impatient, why don't you expand on that?
I mean,
a little
well,
bit?
so on Hinge and Bumble, once you start to communicate with someone, after a day or so, we had 128 messages. And so out of the few people that we were interested in, their messages got put down to the bottom. If they didn't message us right away, we kind of had to seek through every time you get on there. I noticed on Seeking, because you can see who viewed your profile and who viewed your photos.
Right.
A lot of men point that out and will say to me in messaging, really? Viewed my profile twice and still no message? Really? ? Hello? I got a message this morning, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Mr. Impatient.
Yes, many of them are Mr. Impatience. I wouldn't even call them Misters. I just say impatient.
But some of their names are like Mr. Right.
Yeah, Mr. Right, excellent gentleman, things like that. And I'm like, you're
What
not.
a contradicting thing.
It really is.
So we find that a lot in the swiping apps, they're heavy on the men, light on the women, meaning there's about a 4-to-1, from anywhere from a
Ratio.
4-to-1 to 8-to-1 ratio. So the women just get bombarded with messages.
Bombarded.
Whereas seeking is what they're saying is that it's 4-to-1 women to men. So for every man, there's about 4 women.
Right. Well,
which is a big reason why men like to go on there. Back to the swiping apps. Since there are so many men to women and you're getting bombarded with messages, what stands out to you? How does somebody get through to you? Because you've seen everything from, hey, let's get together tonight. Like, can I send you a dick pic?
yeah.
Or they don't even ask you. They just do it.
Unsolicited.
Some
Come
are
on,
unsolicited. Let's not, first off, that's not okay.
Kimmy might like it.
I mean, Kimmy would like it. She might. I would say it's interesting how many are just impatient. A lot of, what's with the hot tubs in Arizona? Side note.
Side note, and the grids. Come on, guys.
They're just like, let's hot tub. I have a hot tub. Come over to the hot tub.
You know what,
I mean, I got
though?
a message today. I'm working from home. Come over to the
Now,
hot tub during the
speaking
day.
from experience, when I did have my hot tub, it was
a guarantee.
It was an attraction to a lot of women. So guys use that.
Damn, I don't know.
Especially because it's wintertime out here now.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just feels like
Women love to hot tub.
apparently.
Getting through, I'd say jumping right to the point.
I'd say people that are open and honest on their profile when they seem genuine, I think that stands out. And I think when it has a variety of photos that stands out and people are smiling, I hate to say that because I hate to say, like, what if someone's an introvert and they don't enjoy their smile or smiling, but someone that looks like they're going to have a good time with you. You know, there's so many photos where there's the douchebags that are straight faced, you know, and all the photos. And they're like, I like to go to games, beer.
One word answers.
You know, unique. I like to ask unique questions, you know, like what 3 things brought you joy this week, things like that, to just drum up and see how positive they are as a person or individual.
Now, I've watched you guys go through some of these profiles and look at the pictures, and every time you guys come to one where there's a guy shirtless, whether he has a rocking body or not, you guys just you're not into it.
Not into it.
It's not. It's very upfront and attention seeking.
Yes. We understand the concept if you're just down to fuck, but that makes it a very clear message.
But what if they're on there for that, I guess?
If they're on there for that, I guess that's fine. But in the same aspect, I'm like, I'm kind of on there.
So do
for
you
that.
think that these guys posting these shirtless pictures, you think they're getting anywhere that the guys that aren't?
I think they
posting
are.
those
I mean, we
shirtless
are in
pictures?
Arizona. We are by the college town, so I'm sure they have a good amount of, you know, college girls that are like, oh, look at that body. Yeah, you know.
But you know what?
Can I lick it?
Yeah.
I've interviewed so many sugar babies and talked to so many women. Most of them are in your boat.
Yeah. It's
Most
just
of
not
them have the same sentiment you do. Please don't post those. I'm not interested. But
It just
guys,
shows us something about their character, you know?
But guys continue to do that.
They continue to do it.
Maybe
And-
they're just overly confident.
Yeah.
What if they want to
I
show
mean,
off
I
that
get it.
body? right
I've
off the
been
bat?
working out a lot. I'm trying to build muscle.
No,
I'm trying to
Marcus,
build
you're
definition.
looking really
You look
good.
great.
Thank you.
You
I've
look
been with you
fantastic.
for like 7 days, and like I can see the difference.
Yeah, you're
Thank
killing
you
it.
very much. But that's for my own personal. I want to look good when I'm with someone in an intimate setting with them. You know, I don't want the belly hanging over the whatever, right? I would. I don't know. For me, I would never feel comfortable just taking a picture like that and putting it as a profile picture.
Right.
I'd agree.
I just
a
don't think it's
smile
gonna
goes
get
a
me
lot
anywhere.
longer.
I think a
And you have to
smile-
understand the female brain.
Mm-hmm.
You're totally going off of your boy brain, and that's not how things work.
Yeah,
Right.
see, men are very visually stimulated. Like they're going through and I've seen your profile picture, and it's fantastic.
Thank you.
So you getting them all riled up just by being this cute little blonde, right? And then your figure is amazing. You go into the other photos, and you've got this really nice one of your derriere,
Yes,
and that
it's
gets
my best
men
asset,
going.
I will say.
But for women, it's
Only if they ask access to that one. Come on.
But for women, it's different. When you go into guys' pictures, what are you looking for?
I'm looking personally for me, Vivian.
Personality shows
I'm
through
looking
that
for,
picture.
Yes, personality combined with genuality, but also I like a variety. Like you mentioned before, I like my profile has a photo of my face few full body shots, a few shots outside, but also at an elegant gala and dinner event for my work, you know? So I like to see the same thing on profiles, a variety of photos. I don't really need all outdoor photos. I don't like all selfie bathroom photos. You know, some people have the consistent
Show all different types of your personality.
Yeah, show different types and sides of
and
yourself.
Settings, different
and
settings.
Yes,
Since
and
you put
different
you
outfits.
some guys are like, I like hiking, I like bowling, I like going outside, I like rollerblading, I like driving a car, I like going to the beach.
Right.
Well, then just put it in pictures.
Show us a couple photos of that.
So you really enjoy when men put pictures of them actually sailing or actually fishing or actually hunting.
Like this gentleman
like
that I pulled up right now. He's on a horse.
We like a good selfie.
Yeah, he has a couple good selfies. He is on a horse. He is taking a funny. Now this is a shirtless photo, but this is hilarious. He's with that.
His abs aren't even in it, which is great.
He's not
wow.
focusing on the rest of his body. He's focused on more top abs.
So
showing his humor.
what we're looking at is he's shirtless. He's looking away with some grapes hanging.
Yes.
While he's dangling some grapes over.
But he's showing his personality. How he.
But
can
that is funny because that's
humor.
different. Yeah,
yes, it's different. It's unique. He also is on the horse. You know, I think I messaged him that I love to ride, and then I waited like an hour and then said.
I noticed that you guys really are attracted to men that have dogs in their pictures.
Well, every girl's attracted to.
I know that's kind of a sucker. You men know the way to girls' hearts, also.
Right,
so I think Another thing I've seen is you make your profile to attract women very well. Like you'll put a picture of your mom and your dog, or a child, to make it seem like you are just the most well-rounded individual in the world. You saw your mom once this year.
All right, so so men.
That's not even your dog. One guy she messaged.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even. He's like, he messaged about the dog. He goes, "That's not even my dog."
So why is it in your profile picture?
That's what I was just about to say. Men, if you don't have a dog, go to the pet store, go to a friend's house with a really cute dog, get a selfie made with the dog. That's a good hack right there.
Also, what's with the men posting other girls in all of their pictures?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Some of them do that. That's
I get
odd.
you're like in a crowd picture of a bunch of girls, but is that cute? I don't know.
Well,
the
the one guy's-
psychology, I think, is if they post themselves with a beautiful girl, it shows that they're attractive, that somebody is attracted to them.
Well, I understand. So my most recent ex, he was
I
a
guess.
bit older, and he was less attractive, a little bit heavier set. I like him a
She
little
likes
big.
them fluffy.
I like him
The
fluffy.
pink fluffy.
So the
Fluffy pink.
ripped
I like
guys
shock.
I don't
with
know.
the abs, that they
I'm
don't
not a
turn you on?
fan. I will, but it's not like it's not what I'm most attracted to. And it's odd saying we're both extremely petite, blonde females.
Yeah, and you work out.
Yes, and we're very healthy, we're very active, but there's something about that style. So my ex, he was actually a little bit larger and older, but he did say once he started dating me that the amount of attractive women that came out of the woodwork on Facebook, Instagram, the people that worked with him, as soon as they found out we were together, they tried to sleep with him, tried to hit on it, because it was kind of, and sometimes the more open ones and the more promiscuous ones, he would mention, or we talked to a few girls actually I talked to, and then it led into a threesome, but
Crazy girl.
listen, whatever. So some of the girls we were able to talk about, the psychology, you're exactly right, Marcus, was because of the man being less attractive in some people's society standards, let's just say, with a younger, petite, very feminine, very gorgeous female. The other females kind of want that attention from him, or they want to say that he might either have something special, or they want to be able to say, like, I got him away from her. And it's like a little notch on their belt. And so we've had conversations with some of the girls about that. The ones that were a little more open, where the other ones were just seeking him out just to like hook up or behind my back. But we had a very open communication relationship at that time. So he would just tell me and show me the messages. And I just thought that was very interesting. He said it never happened in his life before.
So what's your thought of getting hit up by married men?
Oh, well, you know this. So I personally, as weird as it sounds that I'm on Seeking, I will not do that. There was actually a person on here that I was interested in. It was a photo from far away. I asked to see a smiley face. I asked him what few things brought him joy this week. And then he very honestly said, discretion's important. I don't want to send it to you. I'm a doctor and I'm married and I'm not interested in sending that just yet. And then I just politely let him know that I don't do that. Because I don't want to be that other girl. I can't do that with my karma, with my morals. It's just it's not something I'm interested in. But he was very kind, and I told him if they ever communicate to have an open relationship or break up, he's feel free to contact me. But I just said I don't do that. Wish you the best, and he said wish you the best too.
There are some open marriages out there. There are some where it's kind of a don't ask, don't tell. You've been in long-term relationships. You know how it can get stale.
Yep.
Sometimes you even start sleeping in different bedrooms and you haven't touched each other for years. I don't know if that's
I
ever
did not
happened
have
to
that,
you.
but
That didn't happen to
we
you.
did not. I mean,
Unfortunately,
I hope that doesn't happen.
That doesn't
it does happen to a lot of men. And what they've been telling us and what we're finding out is sometimes when their wives let them go have a sugar baby on the side, it fulfills the role,
Absolutely.
That void.
and they actually come back to the house
Absolutely.
a happier and better husband, which I find weird because I'm like you. I grew up in a very religious community, very religious household where that would be frowned upon.
Right. But now I'm a lot more open with that. Even my ex, we didn't have necessarily an open relationship, but there was some openness where we did have threesomes, or he would go to the strip club and with me sometimes at night, and we would do some fun things, or he would get blown by a stripper or something, and I was a part of it. And it was a fun experience for me, to be honest. And I did feel the same way. I felt like he got off by having an experience with someone else, but it wasn't necessarily that far. And it's something that I think that more couples should communicate about, because I don't think it's right with people. A lot of people get married in their 20s. I've done a lot of weddings. I've planned a lot of weddings and officiate them, but also run and execute them at events, venues, and whatnot. And I've worked with clients for 1 to 2 years, did their baby shower, work with them for years later, and then sometimes I'll see them break up, sometimes I won't. But it's interesting to me, when you get married in your 20s, you don't really know who you are usually, and you don't necessarily know what you like
change
sexually.
so much.
You change so much. And sexually, I don't think it's fair if someone finds out they're into a certain kink, or they're into something very particular and their partner's not willing to try it. I personally don't think that's right or fair in a relationship long term that you chose to be with, especially if children are involved, and they're just going to say, well, let's end it because you like foot stuff, or you like,
What about communication?
I think they should communicate with their partner. Hey, this is something I'm interested in. I saw this fetish. I saw this porn. I'm secretly into this. I was embarrassed to bring it up to you before.
It's
There's
a tough
lot of
conversation
things.
to have.
Is it tough? Because what if that person isn't into it or isn't willing to do it, but they love that person?
Right. But then that's why I'm saying if someone's into dominatrix and they want their balls stepped on in heels, why can't that guy go do that? Why, I know you would.
For free.
Why can't they go do that once a month? Like my ex, we kind of had an agreement. It was about once a month. He would go get treated, get blowjobs at
over
spa,
time. Don't you think
massage.
That affects you?
Honestly, it could, but it didn't affect me. I still am open to that kind of relationship because I think that sexuality is fluid, and I think it changes and morphs over time. And I think that a good relationship is based on a lot of communication and allowing your partner and you to get what you need. But a lot of females don't need the same. We need attention. We need back rubs. We need let's take us to a cute dinner or a horseback ride or something.
Nature.
That would be, anything in nature. That's how I get jerked off. That would be my.
Have you ever gotten jerked off in nature?
I've jerked other people off in nature.
Okay.
This got weird.
Did you get dirty?
Of course I did.
As Vivian's turning beet red.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
Hey, all you sugar daddies, I want you to talk with my new friend, Maria Scaptura. Now, she is a PhD student at Virginia Tech, and she's doing some research on the sugar dating experience. And she needs to interview some sugar daddies. So help us out. We want to hear about your experiences in the bowl and your pathways into it. Now, these interviews are completely anonymous, unrecorded, and any information divulged is fully confidential. So go to our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com, and press on the ad, or you can email her at scaptura@vt.edu, and that's spelled SCAPTURA@VT, stands for Virginia Tech.edu. So help us out. Look forward to talking to you.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Have a comment or want to be on the show? Okay. Find us at secretsofasugardaddy.com. Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
Well, the biggest problem, though, back to the married
Yes,
men
sir.
thing, is many of them don't tell their spouse or significant
Correct.
others, and they're
And
doing
then
it
they-
behind their backs.
And then they find it.
Even Lily had an incident where a lady called her because she found her phone number.
Right.
Now, they were in the middle of a divorce, but she called Lily and was like, hey,
Right.
what's up with you and my husband?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I'm not going to allow that with mine.
Yeah.
Thanks, but no thanks.
She was like a little bit concerned because she didn't know.
right.
She didn't know that, the whole dynamic of that.
That's gonna be
Everything's
some
right at the
conversations.
fingertips too, right? You
But-
can just jump on. You can go on
Easily.
the app. You can
Yep.
go to the strip club. You can have a magazine, and nobody knows anything about each other.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And that's when you lack that intimacy regular.
Yeah.
Well, this gentleman, I just saw, I'd like to read. Can I read a snippet
Yeah.
of what this gentleman
So
wrote to me?
you're getting tons of messages. You've been responding to a lot of people, and you've been showing me on how some of these guys react,
and respond. And
it's just
the reaction.
that's a big reason I wanted to drag you in here today because you're so new.
I'm so new. I've not gone on one date yet. I've not gone anywhere with anyone.
But there's some guys just absolutely blowing it. If they want to date with you, there's no way they're going to get it by acting like this.
Correct.
Yeah.
And there's a few of them that this one, ironically, I thought was kind of cute, and because he's very honest about it, but he's struggling. He wrote me a few paragraphs, but I'll give you the cliff notes. But he said how it's been fun, but he's canceling his accounts because he gets with a lot of women in their 20s. It's fun, but he's over it. He's going to go back to Bumble or Hinge or date more age-appropriate women.
I don't know if he should go back to Bumble or Hinge either.
I don't. I
think he should just make another dating app.
Yes. Well, there are other ones like the League, but I haven't heard much responses on that either. I'm not on it, but I've heard of
Yeah, Marcus, have you heard of the League?
The League.
I haven't heard
it's
that
a
one.
high-end dating site profile, but you do have to give a lot of your personal information to show how much financially stable you are, how ambitious you are, what you do.
You probably have to send them a damn pay stub.
Yeah, but you do have to send them a lot of stuff. You have to be verified
For the women and men?
Yes, because it's for ambitious individuals, and you get
More celebrities, I'm thinking.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I've been on it. I mean, I probably could. I mean, I have the statements and whatnot to prove that, but I don't. That seems also exhausting.
So it sounds like that's a little bit more similar to that TV show, The Millionaire Matchmaker.
I don't
I don't know if you guys ever saw that, but she was a matchmaker between millionaires and other women of some high status people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this guy said, right now there's no difference on Tinder with few exceptions. I've had some amazing arrangements in the past, but I think it depends on the geolocation and timing. Right now with inflation where it's at and the snowbirds in Arizona, it's sort of like Tinder on steroids, basically just a wild hookup app. We're in a major college town that's relatively expensive. He said, you have to realize that for every one girl that looks like you and is like you, that's real and genuine on here, blah, blah. He said a lot of nice things too, which is also nice. He said there's 400 clueless college girls on here, beautiful but naive.
Which is almost a factual statement. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you see that?
The naive part, I would, I think he's cutting them short a little bit on that. They're smarter than he's
That's
giving
what
them
I think
credit
too.
for.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree. And then he said, and there are a lot of men in all ages eager to, be a part of that. But it's interesting that he's on this app and he's talking bad about the app, which I get, but then the same aspect, like he's still interested in me. And then at the very end, he said, so is a financial component a critical element for you of this arrangement for you?
Sounds like he doesn't want to be in an arrangement.
Correct.
He just wants to date you for free.
Right.
Which
I have
that's
had
fine.
a few. I have had a few of those too.
If you want to do that.
Right.
It's not the original premise of the site. I know that Seeking is changed their theme to dating up, and they don't want you to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, even on your very first message, when you meant to message, you had to sign an agreement.
Correct.
That you would not talk about
finances, numbers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pay per
absolutely.
meets, and then what was the other thing?
Pay per meet, and I forgot the other one. Did I screenshot it? I might have screenshotted it.
I think it was just something about this is a site.
Site for dating.
For dating.
Yep. I also thought it was interesting that
establishing relationships.
Relationships. I also thought it was very interesting that a few men though messaged me right away, just 1K. Let's meet.
1K, let's meet.
1K, let's meet. Not hello.
Sounds safe, honestly. I would, yeah.
yeah. That sounds real like a winner right there. Just 1K.
But it got your attention.
I mean, it did. But it absolutely did. But I'm never going out with that person. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It did get your attention though. It got through.
It got through, but it was more like.
But it
Marcus,
did it get through because
this,
it's Seeking? Because if someone said 1K on Hinge, what would you do? You would be like
1K for what? Question mark.
Because on Seeking, it's a different element out there, right?
Absolutely.
So if someone said, "Hey, 1K, meet me up on a Hinge,"
yeah, no, I would.
You'd get a different thought process. You'd be like, "What's going on?"
Either way, I just appreciate your interest in my body and profile. No, thank you.
We've talked about this in other episodes. Like everyone has a price. So what number thrown out would have you thought? Okay,
6.
Sight unseen, like the person unseen.
5K, let's meet. You're throwing your number
ears.
very quickly.
I don't know.
Your ears, but are your
I
mouth?
said, like you said, I don't necessarily need this. Like,
I know that's the great thing. You don't need to make rent next month.
Yeah, I don't need to make rent. My rent is. I'm fine. You know. This is more. I don't know. To be honest, that's a hard one.
Of these,
a lot of girls would jump at that.
Yeah,
Because
probably.
that would pay half the rent.
Right, probably. And that's okay
One
too.
night,
I
pay half
understand.
the rent for the
I have no
month.
judgment.
Yeah.
Even the doctor that's married, I had no judgment for him. I said, no judgment. I understand. I appreciate your interest in my profile, whatnot, but I don't do that and wish you the best. You guys ever have an open conversation to be communicative about it, to have an open relationship or marriage? He said, we're only in it for the kids right now and blah, blah. I don't know. The amount would depend on the person, because I would price that out differently per person, to be honest. Every situation, like you've said before, is so unique. Even if a guy was like $30,000 come meet with me, I would still have to be like, I might meet with him, but it's not guaranteed I'm going to sleep with you. You know, that's not a
Right.
guarantee of anything else.
Marcus, how long have you been on the app?
I've been on there since 2016, so that as of today, a little over 6 years.
So have you seen anything different between those years, all those years from you getting on there till now? What different changes have been there?
Gradual differences, yeah. Before, I seemed like I was telling you guys about a story where I was going to bed at about 11:30. I was getting ready, and I get a message from an airline stewardess that says, "Hey, are you up?" And I was like,
Just trying to get
"Well,
it."
I'm just kind of getting ready for bed." She goes, "Well, I'm laid over here at the Hilton next to the airport. You want to come over and keep me company?" Marcus got his ass out of bed and I was brand new on the site, and I just felt like I was getting a lot more messages at that time from the girls.
Yeah, in the evening.
Yeah, a lot more men have joined the site now because it has become a lot more, well known, and there is a hotbed of women on there. I mean, it's
Do
like
you
a
think
kid
they
in a candy store.
originally started to get women quickly, and then now it's turning into, I want to find a higher class girl?
Well, that's where they're trying to.
Right.
Wait, what was the question?
Do you think when men originally got on the site, they were like, I just need a girl right now? And then it turned into, oh, maybe I can find a high class. Or was it opposite?
No, everybody's looking for something different.
Yep.
Every single guy has different motive. There's guys on there who are looking for love. Lily has run into a gamut of people. She's got one called the Italian Stallion. He's got a girlfriend. He just wants to come over and hook up. She's got another guy. He wants to get married. He marched her down to the ring store and bought her a ring after knowing her a week.
What's the difference between taking his age range and putting it on Hinge versus Seeking then, if he's looking for love?
The problem is, how do you get through to girls on those other sites? You're up against so many other people. And guys are using, we call it their cheat card. Their wealth and their success is the cheat card. This is how you get to the front
it's
of the
not
line.
their face. We
Right.
know that.
So Marilyn Monroe said it very nicely. She goes, a man being rich is like a woman being pretty. You wouldn't marry a woman just because she's pretty, but my goodness, doesn't it help?
It does help.
Right?
I mean,
Sure
I've
does.
been married for
So
almost twice.
you've got two guys that you're interested in. Both are similar looks, both similar personalities. This guy's worth $20 million. This guy's worth $20,000. Did this guy just get better looking?
Yeah.
Certainly, he did.
Based on possibly a security factor of, you know.
But can that guy make me laugh?
Yeah. Is he
20
nice
grand,
to
can
me?
you make me laugh?
I'm
Can
just
he-
saying
he's
they're
golden.
similar
Similar
personalities
Okay.
and similar experiences. The guy that's more successful and wealthier is going to win the battle.
Yeah. That's how it
So-
goes.
Yep.
It's just a fact of life.
But I guess piggybacking off of that, if I put my age range to 30 to 60 year olds on Hinge, he'll pop up.
Yeah, he'll pop up, but how's he get through the noise? You're not going to swipe right.
Yeah.
You're not going to swipe right on a 60-year-old man, are you?
But what if I set the age range because I'm looking for that?
If
If
you're
you're
looking
looking.
for that, but still there's just so little information there.
Yeah. There's so much more information on Seeking that they fill out. I will say those profiles that stand out in Seeking is the ones that have more information filled in. I know it's annoying to read through, but maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm looking for more quality versus the quantity.
So you've shown me a lot of men's profiles just short and to the point, and others are long paragraphs.
Like this one, just,
Like
I
MLA
just got
format.
a message just now. He said that, let me see, that I'm already looking into because he had a really interesting profile. It's very long. But he said, I'm very intrigued. Then he said my name, my profile name. Read your profile. Let me know if you feel the same. And then he signed with his real name, which is interesting. And his profile is quite long. But it is all about how he's looking for unique quality female, not looking for subscribers, not looking for strippers, dancers, prostitutes. webcam girls, no judgment, respect everyone, but I'm looking for something specific, something unique, genuine. You must be extraordinary. If you're ready for emotional it just goes on and on and on.
So what are your thoughts?
Well, I didn't
of what
finish reading all of it.
This guy is looking for then. Just briefly skimming over that.
Right. So briefly skimming over this, I didn't go through all of this, but it's either one of two things. Either that's his best way to play and have every college girl in the area go, I'm special and unique, pick me. Or he's actually serious and he's being open and honest, which I think you'd have to know that by going on a date. It's like even no Google, like he wrote no Google voice numbers or texting apps, please. I'll send you my real phone number. I expect the same. Well, that's a little ridiculous for him to say I expect the same. Well, because he could be anyone.
And you could, yeah. And
so like that, for him putting that out there, sorry.
Yeah.
He also put, if you call me babe in your messages, you're either catfish or trying too hard. How do you feel about that?
I agree a little.
Well.
Like, how are you, babe?
Yeah.
I feel like that's what
I've gotten that a lot. I actually kind of like that little pet name, though. When somebody says, hey, babe, I can't wait to meet you or something, or hi, babe, how are you doing today?
It wouldn't scream catfish at me, that's for sure.
No, it doesn't.
See, I say like, hey, handsome, or hey, you,
yeah.
like winky face, or
yeah.
like a little.
I like the little, that to me, that's a little bit flirty. I like it.
Yeah.
Now, granted, all the scammers do use the flirty messages like that, so he's probably just had too many scammers contact him. But I've had legitimate people message me with the flirty language, and I like it.
Yeah. I mean, he looks like, it's odd that he selected discretion as one of his options, but then on here he said, I'm not married and I don't do hookups, looking for connection of a level of real intimacy that requires trust, security, communication, openness, a safe place, both emotionally and physically, where we can express whatever we want, feel however we want.
You must be extraordinary.
You must be extraordinary.
I wasn't drinking before this, I swear.
Oh, contraire. Okay, so he put in there that
you must
be extraordinary.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Period.
Yeah.
He means it. He means business, and that's it.
How old is this profile?
55.
Okay.
I only see the bottom half of him in a suit.
So you haven't seen his face?
No headshot.
Interesting.
Which I'm not.
So he has a lot of guidelines and rules for just putting a no face pic and just below the waist. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying?
Does he have private photos?
Nope. I just request to do more.
Okay.
He's looking for
demanding.
So what you need to do is you need to give him your Google Voice number that you just set up.
Yep, I did just get my Google Voice. Thank you.
And you know what? I would be upfront and say, look, I don't know you, and I will be happy to give you my real number after we chat, but here is my secondary number.
Yes,
Let's see if he respects that.
Yeah.
Sounds like he
He
may or may not.
But I love that he's like, I'm intrigued. That's what I think. I have a lot of men message me this, which which perpetuates it and makes me think that it's like a pickup line. They'll be like, I'm intrigued.
It's a great way of saying, I'm interested.
I'm interested, but like I'm intrigued by you, or you seem unique and special. Well, I am unique and special, but everyone else is in their own way. So, like, is that just a thing that you say?
I feel also it's hard for guys to be smooth nowadays.
It is.
It is.
You know, I just did a extra sugar on pickup lines.
Yeah.
It was quite funny.
Which was?
What's the best ones?
Well, the pickup lines, there's all kinds of funny ones, but the pickup lines are meant to just get the conversation started. And then you got to keep it going from there. You're not going to pick up a girl with a pickup line. You're just trying to make her chuckle or giggle a little bit so now you can get into a real conversation.
Yes.
But there are some really funny ones. So if you haven't checked that out, I give you, I think it was like 43 funny pickup lines. Yeah.
Is this a good pickup line? I keep staring at your cute ass and beautiful smile.
Oh. Yep, I'm interested. I'm intrigued.
You do have both in your profiles.
I do, and I mean, I do have great. It's both. I mean, I have great ass.
Do you think he could have came up with something different, Marcus? What would you have said to that?
I keep staring
something
at
clever?
your cute ass and beautiful smile. I keep staring.
Well, I would think that's a compliment.
Did those peaches grow on trees? Can I eat it? What?
Yeah, right. Like something like I really like your peaches. Want to shake your tree?
Oh, there you go. That would have got your attention,
Vivian.
That was
so. What do you do with messages that say this is their only message? Their opening message. Hey, hi.
I go hey or hi back.
You do?
Yep, hey or hi back, and then leave it.
Most girls don't even respond.
I wouldn't. It's just so bland. There's so much more to life.
When they go hey or hi, I'm just hey or hi back, and then that's it. I don't add anything extra.
For my personality, I would write hey backwards.
Yeah. Do you have private photos in yours?
No, I did not. I did not.
Okay, I think I urged you not to.
You urged me not to because I was going to do some more, sultry ones.
The reason I did suggest not having private photos is because usually they're nothing more than a few more headshots.
Right.
And guys will just request those and not say anything to you, and it drives most of the women nuts.
Right.
Like, can you not say a simple hello?
Right. You request to see the photo.
You just want to see my photos, but you can't even say hi. But it's so easy. Like when I'm swiping, they make it so easy. So when I'm swiping through my app or I'm looking at profiles, it's like at the very top, you just access private. And then I go down and read their messages. And then sometimes I'm like, I don't want to write this long message to this girl because I don't even know what she looks like. Right. Or I agree. I don't know enough about it to write a long message. So I'm guilty of that too. And you know who I do it usually on is the very new profiles.
Yep.
They haven't earned my respect yet.
Yeah, they're not seasoned.
If I see
that's not hard, is it?
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah. But if I see a profile that's been established in 2017 or 19 or 2020, and I see private photos, then I usually will say something to them, or at the same time that I'm asking for access to those private photos, just to be a little bit more respectful. But like brand new profiles, fuck it.
Yeah, just request.
I just request them.
What's interesting,
and I knew that was going to drive you crazy if you put private photos of it.
So what's interesting is I put, like you saw, a wide variety of photos on my profile, but I do and have requested a bunch of gentlemen's photos, right? Just a request, and then they've sent it. But I get so many messages now, I don't have time to look through it, and then they'll decline it. So today, even I went on this morning to look on a couple for a dinner date tonight.
Yeah, so they gave you like an hour pass, and you haven't been on there in 2 hours.
And I haven't been on there, and then he added the photos and took the photos private.
Yeah, so I noticed that too, and girls do that too. Like I will ask to see their private photos. They'll grant access to that. Before I even get a chance to get back on the app, they've already
taken it back. And then what do you do? Can I see those again?
I know, and I've had the messages going, wait a minute. I briefly saw them. I was busy. I didn't have time to message. Then when I went back
You were working?
Yeah, amazingly. Then I went back to message her. They weren't there anymore. And I damn, I can't remember what this girl looked like. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's been happening. I also find it interesting, like I might have showed you earlier, just one gentleman just sent me a sad face. Or sometimes they send me just question marks.
Does he need a therapist?
They just sad face, just a question mark, or just a really question mark, and I go, really question mark back, and then they go, well, you looked at my profile 4 times in the last 4 hours, because they can see that. And what do you say? Well, I have 138 other messages besides yours, and you didn't stand out, and you just sent me a sad face?
Now, Now, you did sign up for premium.
I did.
I know on the men's side, we can toggle that off. Like if I look at your profile and I've toggled it where it doesn't show that I looked at your profile. I wonder if it's in the women's side too.
You know what? That would be so beneficial, because the amount of men that
they get very upset.
Upset.
Their pride and their ego is hurt.
Yes,
really?
but that also helps weave me out through the douchebags that are going to get aggressive and angry very easily as well, and easily frustrated, because that's not something I'm looking for.
Most of them are business owners, so that just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Where's the patience?
See, I personally go in where, the little button that says interest or whatever, and it says who's favorited you and who's viewed your profile.
There's probably 1,000. I know there is.
I've looked at the people who viewed my profile, and if they're local, I will look on theirs, and a lot of times I'll message because they looked at mine.
Right.
And then when I don't get a response, that's it. I don't bug them.
So you look through, like right now I'm looking at my interest. I'm looking at who I favorited and who favorited me. I have 8 new ones in the last few minutes that we've been since I've opened up here. So you actually go through who favorited you and then look through those as well?
Yeah. And then if they're local and they look attractive or whatever, I'll look at their profile. And then if I message them, and many times they don't message me back, but that's it. I don't keep hounding them. But you're finding that guys are just relentlessly texting you.
Yes.
Relentlessly. And do you feel like they should keep doing that and say something rude? Like, goodbye, you aren't answering me? Or do you feel like it's better for them to be like, okay, I'm going to keep reaching out one last time and see if you respond. This is it after their 7th message.
Yeah. Either way, to me, that seems, that reaching out one last time seems manipulative. Seems like it's trying to provoke a reaction, out of me. It's trying to get something. But also the ones that are
I'm giving you one last chance.
Yeah, one last chance. I'm super awesome. That's great. Really, you are? Because, I'm sure you're super hot. Your dick's huge, blah, blah, blah. Like, take a photo with your Lamborghini or whatever. I don't care. I'm weird about cars. I know Mia over here loves vehicles. She loves a good ride.
Right. So Mia, if you see
the douchebag element when they're
if you see a nice car in somebody's profile, does that get your attention?
It does, but it also doesn't really faze me.
But it's not the weighing factor?
No, absolutely
not. But for Vivian, it actually is a turnoff for you?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Well, I have my car in my profile picture.
I know.
But it's in a funny setting.
Subtle.
It is in a funny saying, but it's, I mean, that's a whole other day for another show. Oh my goodness. But it also was a very clean garage and like nothing's in it.
Oh.
You know, and I was
We
like,
look at the backgrounds.
Oh, we look at the backgrounds too.
You know, you guys
we
decide.
look where they're taking the photo at. Like, if
We're
they're taking
so much
bathroom
more
photos,
analytical than men.
We're
It is
so
insane.
analytical.
There might be
literally-
some.
We look at the
but-
belts they're wearing, the watches they're wearing, the
Really?
logos on their shirts, the background of if they're taking a photo in a bathroom at a restaurant or a hotel and lobby, if they're taking a photo.
Like, why are all of your pictures at the hotel?
Yes.
Where do you live?
Yeah. You don't do anything else?
I don't know.
It's always in hotels. That's cool, I guess.
Interesting. So you guys really dive into the nuts and bolts of each picture.
Absolutely.
So guys, you need to pay attention
Yeah,
to that.
pay
Yes.
attention where you're taking your pictures with your mess of bed and all
Yeah.
of the water bottles on the ground.
Yes,
I mean,
all the
like,
trash
as hot
in the
as you are,
background.
because I've seen that bedroom's not.
Yeah.
So-
And that's not how you're going to win a classy woman.
And is it clean? I don't know. If the bedroom's not clean, is it clean?
Is it clean?
I don't know.
Are they clean? You know what I mean?
So all these things start going
Wait,
in your head.
Marcus, is
Yes.
your bed a mess?
My bed's a mess.
Listen, I will say this. The first day we checked in, I did open your door by accident.
By accident.
I did. I did. I was like, oh, that's not our room.
Ours is the nice, clean.
The
bed.
one across the
See,
way.
but it was very clean, our side. So it's
Our
all
side was
good.
perfect. With little water bottles and everything. It was great.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call you messy though.
No, you're not messy.
It's just the biggest problem is my laundry. So
Yeah.
I get my laundry done and it takes me, a couple hours to get it done, but it takes me about 7 to 10 business days to actually start folding it.
Do you
So-
take a bunch of naps in between?
Yeah, well,
I had one guy say that.
All right, so we're looking at another
You like
profile.
what you see, troublemaker?
So he messaged
Is that a
me.
no?
He messaged me, open
Well,
to
that
actually
hurts.
dating. And then I requested to see his profile, private photos. His private photos are just shirt down, just his bulge.
Yeah,
You can just see the
Yep,
bulge
He's
there.
showing his.
His tiny bulge.
Yeah, his little bulge, and then he's showing another ab pic, and then he says, "You like what you see, troublemaker?" with some emojis, and then
Oh my
that was
goodness.
2 days ago, 15 hours ago. Is that a no? Question mark.
Probably.
And then 2
Just
hours
gonna
ago.
interpret that.
Well, this hurts when the girl you're most interested in doesn't reply to you.
Most interested
I
in.
do like that phrase though. When the girl you're most interested in.
Yeah, I mean, we
That kind of works.
pretend you're so special. you know?
Yeah.
You're so special.
So are you finding on Seeking now that it's changing they're trying to change to a regular dating site?
It seems like that.
Are
It
you
seems like half
finding
and
a lot
half.
of guys want to go out and just provide you a dating experience and that's it? No additional financial help or compensation?
Some.
Yes, some. And then other ones I've been instantly like, I am very intrigued, or I just saw you. You are like exactly what I'm looking for.
1K.
The 1K. But the one guy was 1K, like, and the other one said, I want you. And then $500. And then something else.
So that
I
was his
forgot.
only message. I want you.
I want you.
500.
500 was the next message, just a minute later.
Yeah.
And then I didn't respond. And then I forgot. I think I blocked him, but he messaged a few more things the other day. But when you looked at his profile, he was fairly clear, an executive of a company or something. Never heard the word no in his life. And I just was not interested. He did not interest me. He wasn't bad looking. That's not something that I'd say I'd want to waste my time on with the company. I'm looking for someone, like, I don't know exactly what I'm looking for in Seeking.
Yeah,
I'd be
what
open to
what
both.
are you hoping to meet and get out
Well,
of it?
what I tell Lily, was it Lily or Kimmy? I said, I'm casually looking for something serious.
Yeah.
And Kimmy, shut that right down.
She goes,
Kimmy,
"You
I know
can't
you're
put
not
that."
here right now, but I'll talk for you. She said that is wildly contradicting.
I said, exactly. I go, this whole fucking dating website thing is wildly contradicting.
Well,
Like,
there's been plenty of people who've met their soulmate and gotten married and lived happily ever after on the site.
I mean, let's talk to some.
Yeah.
Let's meet them.
Yeah,
Let's meet
absolutely.
them.
And
If you are there, anyone out there met on the site and you're willing to come on the show.
And you're
please.
willing to take that stigma away from.
From what
What
this is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I will say 50-50. So I do have some gentlemen on here that are very interested in dating me only, and then some that are just asking about allowance. I have had offers already for $3,000 to $6,000 a month. That's their allowance, and they said they'd be willing to just put it all on me, versus their other sugar babies or whatnot. But like I'm already on here for only a few days. I actually have one of my first scheduled dinner dates this evening. So we'll see how that goes, if that goes through.
I have her location, don't worry.
Thanks, Mia. Thanks for looking out. I don't know. I think I'm open to a lot of ideas. I'm open. I am a little bit getting more sexually adventurous because my 2 long-term relationships were the only really relationships I've been in. I did fool around this summer. I had pretty good big dick summer, if you will. I had a good time
Big
for a
dick
minute.
summer, not big energy summer.
Yeah, I just had a good summer where I did date
So
a
some
handful.
wild oats.
Yes, and so now I
They
got
call
a
it the
little,
big O.
The big O.
The big O, yeah. So now I think I'm looking for nice dinner experiences and going out, but I mean, allowance couldn't hurt, but necessarily I don't need it, but I have found that the few times that Mia and I wanted to go out with people off Hinge or Bumble, it really quickly was like, even the guy from last night, oh, my buddy's a bartender, who's going to hook us up with free drinks. Like, I don't want someone talking about free drinks or splitting tabs. We're adults,
Do you feel that way because, you make your own money? You're accomplished, you're independent, you can do it yourself, but you want to share it with somebody else.
Yes, I want to share experiences with others, and I don't want them to
that was
bitch and
bad,
complain.
Hinge boy. If you're already established as a woman, you're kind of looking for someone on the same wavelength.
Correct. And I don't want someone that if I go on vacation with them or if I go on a trip or go out to dinner, that every other word is, oh God, this is so expensive. Look at this. It's $28 for this meal. And that drink was $14. No. And it's okay if you're frugal and you want to be, if you're financially like aware, which I am in a certain aspect, but that's something that should not be communicated, especially on a date, especially out loud. Or some of these guys, like that one gentleman on here, the one man on here, he said, are you only looking for a critical element of being financially component? Is that a critical element for you? And then another one, let's get
Interesting
together
way of
1K.
putting it. Yeah.
So it's like, it's not a critical element, but it's interesting because some people only are on here just to date. Like the gentleman that I'm interested in right now, he just got out of a 13 relationship and he has her picture on his profile. So he's looking for I think rebound, love. I don't know. He's newer on here.
Well, believe it or not, we filled up an hour very quickly.
Oh, we did.
It
Already?
goes so fast. So we are going to have to continue this because I want to hear how your journey goes and hear the experience. You're so fresh. This is actually a lot of fun. And I feel like you're like my little fish in a glass bowl and I'm going to be watching what happens in your sugar dating world.
Yeah,
I'll
keep you
It's about
updated.
to get adventurous.
I kind of know which path this is going to go. I think I know.
You think we should
Do
all
you
write
think she's
down?
going to find love?
What do you think?
I don't know. Everybody's looking for something unique. I've certainly found people that I've fallen in love with on the site. You never know. And then there's other people you really value having them in your life, but you know in your heart that they'll never be the one.
Right.
But then they actually become a big part of your life and become friends.
Right. That's like Daddy Daniel for me right now.
yeah.
He's a great person. I love him as an individual. I'm going to see him, but it's just not, we're probably not the one.
Right.
You know?
It's not your person.
Yeah, probably not my person, but
It's hard when it's not reciprocated, though.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it.
yeah.
All right. Well, if you'd like to share your crazy sugar dating stories, and if you're a married couple too who's met on the site, get a hold of us. We'd love to talk to you. Go to our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com. We'd love a follow on Instagram. Same name, Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. And don't forget to leave us a 5-star review on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Mia?
If you want
Vivian?
Mia to get a profile,
Yeah.
let us know.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that'll be an interesting one.
That would be
But
fun.
let's see.
All right. Thank you, gals.
Thank you.
And we look forward to hearing
Thank
from
you.
you soon.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.